What's up, my beautiful ladies? How's it going? So I am back in my creative space. I am really excited to be here with you guys and just to express myself a lot more creatively, which is something that has always brought me so much joy. I love self-expression. I think that's why I've been on YouTube for almost, if not already, 15 years, which is a really long time. And something that happened to me through my spiritual awakening journey is that a lot of the things that brought me a lot of joy, like makeup and fashion and style and creative expression through those realms, which are so creatively inspiring to me on my day-to-day life. Like, I love putting an outfit together that I really put thought into. I love doing makeup looks. I love getting ready. I love beauty. I love my hair. I always love looking my best, and like a lot of women. And so when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I put so much of that on the back burner because I was like, okay, I'm experiencing a different reality. And once you experience a different reality, it's really hard for you to come back down and see the world the way that you used to see it. And so a lot of this superficial stuff it didn't become unimportant, but I tried to convince myself that none of this was important. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I felt lost, is because I was depleting myself from my creative expression. You know, I was limiting how much I was able to express myself. I was putting guidelines as to how I show up and what I share and what is important. And I know you guys can relate to this because predominantly the Sweet Soul community is very like purpose driven. You want to live out your purpose, whatever that is, right? You want to invest your time and your energy in developing the gift that God gave you, discovering the gift, sharing your gift with the world. And it puts a lot of pressure, you know? And so today's the last day, actually, of December 2022 and the last day of the year. And so moving forward for the rest of my life, and I hope you guys join me, putting the intention to just have a life full of joy. And for us to experience joy, we have to create it. As women, one of the biggest things that I have learned is, yes, we are multidimensional. We have a lot of purposes in every age, in every stage and season of our lives. And we're so many things. We're not just one thing. We're not just mothers or sisters or business women or creatives or spiritual beings. You know, there's so much to our life. And I just had the biggest aha just recently. I was always trying to figure out, how do I merge Dulce Candy, that brand, with Sweet Soul, which is my spiritual community? And I finally figured out that I am who I am, and I share all aspects of my life that are enriching to my life in hopes that it inspires and it helps other women live out their best life also, whether that be spirituality, women's circle, meditation, yoga, reaching higher levels of consciousness, seeing the world from a different point of view, having conversations with people and learning more, educating yourself, running a business, being creative, you know, looking your best, having a fabulous home, taking care of your home, which is our temple, and our health and our body, and working out. Like, all of these things are just so important for a well-rounded life. And what I learned is that you don't have to niche it down as a content creator, because I was always trying to figure out, well, I really got to niche it down because that's what everybody is saying. But what's worked for me for 15 years, aside from the few years that I kind of, you know, was losing my balance, was that I just shared my life authentically. And by sharing myself authentically, that brought a lot of connection and alignment with my life. So that is the vibe, ladies. That's what we're going to do. So today I felt inspired, all right? So this is about following your inspiration, following the seeds that are implemented into our mind, I believe, by God, dropping the little seeds of like, hey, here's a little hint, follow this, do that. By doing that in my life in general, ladies, I have been exposed to so many wonderful opportunities. So I want to continue to follow that and inspire you guys to follow those little seeds of intuition and ideas that I believe God, however you choose to define that, I believe God plants them into our brain for us to fulfill that, because we're capable of fulfilling that, right? So yes, we're going to do a little makeup video today, kind of like a chit chat. I'm already chatting with you guys. I'm drinking decaf because I am no longer drinking 2 cups of coffee. I drink one in the morning, but what I noticed is that when I was drinking a second cup in the afternoon, like around 2, I would be on edge and anxious and like just anxious. Like I had all this anxious energy in my body. And I was trying to figure out, is it the coffee? What is it? Like, am I overwhelmed? What's going on? It was the coffee, ladies. So, yeah, I am just back down to 1 cup, eventually 0 cups, no caffeine. I don't have a beauty room anymore because my son Aaron now takes over the beauty room, so he has his own room. So I am here in my closet, and I love this whole setup. Like it just feels so exciting just to have my whole setup and just to have some girl chat and just kind of like hang out like girlfriends. And let's begin with step number 1. This is probably going to be a long video, ladies, so maybe this is something that you can watch, you know, like while you're either cleaning the house, doing laundry, folding laundry. Maybe you're going to jump into the shower. I don't know. I was so inspired to share this look with you guys because I have been just really loving the way that I've been doing my makeup. You know how sometimes you have days where you feel like your makeup just sucks, and then there's days where you're like, whoa, the makeup looks really good today. This is one of the best brushes ever. It's number 7 by It Cosmetics, and it just has the perfect buffing side. I am so full of energy that I'm filming 3 videos today. Full of energy. I'm filming a podcast episode right after this, and then I'm filming this video that I have to submit for Ulta Beauty for the next year, for the partnerships that I'll be doing with them next year. I had my makeup bags that I designed with tartan and twine. If you guys remember those, I had those at Ulta, which was so exciting. It was like a whole end cap. And I went with my mom and my dad and my sisters, some of my sisters, that we went out to check out the display when they launched. And I just uploaded a video also sharing how I contour my face. Like, I feel like that could be a whole entire video, ladies. But I finally mastered how to get that really cool chiseled look. So this is a palette by Urban Decay. It is discontinued, unfortunately. Why? They should bring this back. Like, this is such a great contour palette because when you open it, you have powders and you also have cream colors, which is, come on now, like why are we discontinuing? It's kind of like when you go to one of your favorite restaurants and they discontinue like the best food. I don't get it. I also got my braces removed, guys. A lot of people were asking me what kind of braces I had. I had Invisalign. I know I already said that, but I've been getting so many questions about it. Invisalign, and my dentist, Dr. Photobot in North Hollywood. If you guys check him out, he is the best. Him and his team, whoa. Like, he's a perfectionist. He's just incredible. So, yeah, this is basically what I do with the contour. Very simple. So, I do have some questions, guys, that I was going to answer on the podcast, but I feel like we can answer some of these because there's like 200. How do you deal with toxic in-laws? Whoa, that's a really good question. I don't have any experience with that because I love my in-laws to death, especially my mother-in-law. She is an angel. She's inspiring. I love her. She's beautiful. She's just a strong woman, and she has the biggest heart. Like, everybody loves my mother-in-law. She's incredible. So I don't have any experience with that. However, I do have experience with toxic people in general. I don't have any toxic people in my life at all anymore. I have definitely grown out of that phase, and I am so grateful to God for the discernment and the blessing that He put into my life of having those people for a time period, because I definitely learned how to discern who's good, who's bad, who wants this, who wants that, what are your real intentions and all that, right? But I have had, even when I was doing my book club, there was this woman who was talking about how her mother-in-law used to be very toxic with her. Like, always putting her down, criticizing her house, criticizing the way that she is as a mother. You know, like, everything that she did, nothing was ever good for the mother-in-law. And I feel like when nothing is good for the mother-in-law, she just doesn't like you, you know, for whatever reason that she has. And honestly, that's her problem. It's not yours. At the end of the day, ladies, I know that we should always, of course, respect our elders. Always show respect. Yes, totally agree with that. However, if someone is disrespecting you, you know, we can do it like Michelle Obama said and, you know, go high. We also can't let people walk all over us. Even if in that case, even if she's like a mother-in-law, you know, like just because she's your mother-in-law doesn't mean that you have to tolerate it. Doesn't mean that you have to still respect her because she has the title of being your mother-in-law. She's a human, you're a human, and if she's not respecting you, you can also let her know that it's not okay for her to treat you the way that she does. Your husband should support you on that also, even if that's his mother, you know, because it's wrong. At the end of the day, it's just wrong to treat someone else bad for no reason at all, just because they're older or they have the title of being the mother-in-law. And I feel like oftentimes so many people tolerate those kind of things just because that is the mother-in-law or the father-in-law or it's a family member. You should never allow anyone to disrespect you, no matter who it is. No matter who it is. She should respect you at all times also. You should respect her. Like, respect goes both ways. And you don't have to be disrespectful also. Like, it's not about stooping down to her level at all, but it's also about setting up a boundary and actually letting her know that the way that she treats you and talks to you is not okay and that you will not accept that. And, you know, and just going back to like in my latest podcast episode, I was talking about Michelle Obama, how when she was doing the kind of like a round table, or they were sitting around almost like in a round table, having a conversation with other dynamic women, and she was talking about how if someone does disrespect you, do you still, you know, go high? And she really taught me the lesson about having grace when people are not being the kindest to you. So I feel like in that situation, it's not about, you know, like I said, going down to her level and then being disrespectful to her, but it's about showing her grace and showing her, you know what, I'm still going to be a kind human. I'm still going to respect you or give you the level of respect that I would want to have from you. But I'm also going to let you know that I'm not going to accept the way that you treat me or the way that you talk to me. Like actually letting her know, you know, not like little subliminal games, like actually letting her know and having a grown up, uncomfortable conversation, because no one is going to take care of you. Like we have to take care of ourselves and stand up for ourselves, you know? I always get a lot of questions about my marriage because it is not public whatsoever. And honestly, that's something that I really admire about Eva Mendes also, is that she's very private with her life and her children. And I really admire that because one of the biggest lessons that I have learned is the art of moving in silence, because I do have a whole outline already for the podcast, which is so exciting. So what I'm going to do next is do my eye makeup. Very, very simple. I don't like to keep it complicated. So I have this really cool little trio from Smashbox. They have so many different little kind of circular trios. And this one is a photo edit eyeshadow trio in Nudie Pick Medium. One of the colors is Cashew Outside. So I'm going to get the color Wheat, which is this color here. And this is such a pretty palette. I did order some makeup from Carmen D Beauty. Do you guys remember Carmen D? She was the makeup artist for the show What Not to Wear. And I used to be obsessed with that show. Always when they would do the makeup aspect. I just wish her makeup segments were so much more... Like, I wish they were longer. And she's so sweet. We follow each other on social media, on Instagram, and she is the sweetest ever. Like, super sweet. Always commenting, always showing love and support. So, just this past weekend, I put an order for everything in her latest makeup line. I think the only thing I didn't buy was her mascara, even though she did offer to send it to me. And I don't know if she's still going to send it to me. But I wanted to buy it myself because I know as a business owner how important it is for someone to purchase and support you. You know, that's really important also. So I went ahead and bought it. And honestly, I haven't even bought any makeup in a really long time. But she got me so excited. I bought her first collection that she had, I think, with QVC or HSN. And I absolutely love it. And so she came out with a little palette that is kind of like universal. So I'm really excited to do my eyes with the little palette that she has. It reminds me of this, like of these colors a lot. So now I'm going to take this darker color, and honestly, I'm just going to put this all over my eye. People were asking about my husband, you know, like how are things and everything like that. He is doing great. Thank God. My whole family is, I'm just literally in love with my entire family. Like, I'm in love. I am so deeply, madly in love. Like, I walk around thinking that and saying it out loud and thanking God because I'm madly in love with them. And not just my husband and my children, like literally my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, like everybody. Like one of my cousins, Diego, he just got married And he had the most beautiful wedding with his wife. Here in the valley, they got married at this beautiful place in the mountains, and my whole family came through, like my cousins, my tios, my aunts, like everybody was there, and it was just so much fun seeing all of them, and I just had the funnest time ever. We were drinking, which I never really drink, but it's like I'm with my family, and why not? Also, I'm a grown woman. I could have a drink if I wanted to, 1 or 2 or 3. So I did get tipsy, not drunk, because I do not go there. It's not worth it for me at all to drink to that point of liberation. I was thinking the whole time, also when we were taking photos, we were dancing, I was just thinking how in love, and that's the word that I used, in love, how in love I am with my cousins and my tios and my aunts and like my whole family, their wives, like everybody. Okay, now we're definitely gonna do some blush because I am obsessed with blush, ladies, like big time. There's this palette. Honestly, I've just been kind of digging through my makeup. Oh my god, this color is stunning. So this one is Impassioned by NARS. And look, this is like my favorite shade of blush right now, aside from a brick red that I also really love. So let's put a little bit of this one so we can see how it looks. Oh, Carmen de Beauty also has this blush that is universal. It looks a little orange, so I'm really excited to test it out. But she said that's the color that a lot of painters use on paintings, and she duplicated that color. Let's do the lashes. Actually, the lashes that I'm using are from Velour. These are plant fiber, hemp derived lashes, 100% cruelty free, ultra fluffy and wispy. And this is my everyday makeup, by the way. I don't know if I said that already, but this would be like my everyday makeup because I honestly had just been putting so much more effort into getting dressed and doing my makeup because it really just, it does make me feel better. Like I don't know about you guys. Do you guys feel better when, I know you do. You have to feel better when you have your makeup done. It doesn't have to be like to this extreme, but even just like washing our face and moisturizing and exfoliating the lips and like all that kind of stuff, you know? And then the last thing that I just wanted to say about, the last thing I just wanted to say about you know, I got a lot of questions about my husband and how he's doing and our relationship and all that kind of stuff. And usually I would definitely answer it. Or usually the old me would have done that. I would have been answering all those personal questions. But ladies, one of the biggest lessons that I learned in 2022 is all about not oversharing, keeping your life as private as you are wanting it to be, but there is power in keeping things private. I also made the mistake of oversharing so much about my own business and my journals and all those things because I was really excited. But things don't always work out as you would want them to, or they don't happen in the timing that maybe people are expecting them to happen, you know? And so I made the mistake of sharing almost every little detail because in my mind, to me, I just wanted to share it with you guys because I wanted to document the journey so I can share what I've been learning, starting a new business, developing products, and all of those things which are really important. I really love the energy of less talk, more action, and just showing the results, showing people the results, right? You know how they say shock them with your results? I love that vibe so much more instead of talking and talking and talking and then maybe things don't happen. And some people believe, I don't know about this, I have to do a little bit more research, but some people believe that when you say something publicly, when you share it with a lot of people, that maybe something jinxes it, you know? I don't know if I believe in that. I don't really have any knowledge around the, you know, how true that can be. If you don't believe that people can affect your vibe, then they won't. But then on the other hand, some people are saying, you know, like if you speak about some of your goals and your dreams and ambitions, some people can put a little bit of a jinx behind that and then it doesn't happen for whatever reason. That's like something that a lot of people experience. And I feel like that's what happened with my journals in a sense. So I'm not going to say anything about my journals until they come out, you know, until it happens, even though I'm really excited about them and everything. You know what, guys? I feel like I'm using old makeup, which is so ridiculous because the makeup that I use is so good. Like this palette here is iconic and it's, you know, it's not on sale anymore. It's discontinued. And I feel like, how can I talk about that if people can't pick it up if they want to get the look, you know? And also like this lip liner here from Becca, it's the Ultimate Lip Definer in the color Serene. And I'm really into like outlining my lips a little bit darker just to give me like definition and all of that. Moving in silence, studying, growing, doing all those things in silence. Like it really doesn't benefit anyone to be talking about those things. And then also you might have people in your life that doubt you when you're doing incredible things, or if you share something really cool and exciting that you're doing and they don't show any excitement for it, or they're like, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe that can plant seeds of doubt in you. Private life is the best life. It's more powerful, it's more intimate, it's more exciting. A lot of the relationships that are always posted on social media, like everything is shared on social media, some of those relationships, they have to deal with the scrutiny of people, you know, and their opinions, and having to be like, can you believe they said this and that? So it's like, why even offer the opportunity for people to have an opinion on it? When I used to share everything about my husband and my house and my kids and my family, like my very personal life and the things that I cherish, people would say some really hurtful, ugly, disgusting things about them. And why even offer that up anymore? You know what I mean? And I think also because on social media, we have this idea that we have to, you know, be so vulnerable in order to connect with people. And you really just have to expose your darkest, deepest fears. And you have to like just, you know, share every little detail about your life in order to have a following and to have viewers and to have people clicking on your videos and all of that. And to me, and just this is just me because for some people it works and it's someone else's path. So no shade whatever whatsoever in that regard, but for me, that is not worth it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this super long video. I had no idea that I had this much to share with you guys, but nonetheless, I had so much fun. I love you. Happy New Year. Have a blessed and beautiful beginning of this new year. I know it's going to be incredible for you. I already see all of the amazing and abundant things that are coming your way. They're here already. So thank you guys so much. Have a blessed and beautiful day also.